the BMW R1200GS Rallye Sport 2017. This is my first review of a bike. I have a normal bike license, nothing special. I don't work for any motorcycle company or anything like that, so please be kind. I'm trying to give you an honest review of this bike. I've owned this bike for about a month now. I've been riding it a while. I love this bike, and it's very easy to use, very easy to drive. However, there are a few little niggles. For example, the sat-nav and its sat-nav wheel are just rubbish, not gonna lie. And because the indicator is so close, you end up occasionally hitting the indicator when you're trying to play around with the wheel, so now I just don't bother. The nav is a touchscreen as well. The other thing I don't like is the you get this image with this bike of an old man's bike. However, it's really not. The GS is an off-road touring bike. It's designed to tour. It's designed to. But the problem is, a lot of old men ride them because they can carry a lot of shit with it. You can put panniers and then big metal boxes. GS's are lovely and they're easy to ride, but they have a bad rep with the younger riders, and that sat-nav and that sat-nav wheel is pointless, to be honest. The other thing as well, it's got all these fancy modes like rain mode and dynamic and all this palaver on the bike. It doesn't need it because there's no real difference when I'm riding it. Maybe that's just me, but it feels the same to me when you're in rain mode or when you're in normal road mode. Enduro mode does make a difference, but you're never going to really use it unless you go off-road. The brakes are really good. The other thing as well, everyone that looks at this, like, if you're not ridden a GS, you think it's a really heavy bike and it's really tall and all this. Well, I'm going to put this in perspective. I'm 5'9". I have got the lowered frame. However, it's not a struggle for me to get on it, and it's not heavy. It doesn't. Well, it is a heavy bike when you're not moving, when you're not driving. When you're riding it, it feels like a very light enduro bike. But you know it's got the power there. And it's torquey. It's not a racing bike power. It's torque power. Like, you can pull away in any gear really, as long as you've got the revs there. I don't recommend that though, but it's got the power to do it. It is definitely not a sports bike, and it can't keep up with a sports bike. I'm not going to lie to you. Went out with my sister's boyfriend, John. He's got a Z900. He was absolutely annihilating me in the straights and in the corners. And, you know, this bike isn't designed for that. And people say it'll keep up with a sports bike. No, it won't. Bear in mind, most of the time this has panniers on it when you're on the road, and it's a heavier bike than a sports bike. Power to weight ratio never fails. Sat-nav's got some interesting features. It's got the statistics of the bike. I'll show you. Hang on. Would be helpful if I knew that was a camera. There you go. It's got that. You know, it's got some nice features. It's got some nice looks. I do think the Rallye is the nicest looking GS. Not just because I own one, but because it's the different colour to it, than grey or black or white. It's bright blue, and it means you're seen a lot more. However, I have noticed it's absolutely a bastard to clean, because every time you go out, this GS just loves to pick up dirt, shit, dead bugs, whatever. And yeah, every weekend you're going to end up cleaning this bike, or every other weekend. The gearbox is a little bit agricultural. I'm not going to lie about that. But if you're redlining it and then trying to move like that, it's going to be agricultural because it's not meant for that. And if you drive like that, then you really shouldn't own a GS. Basically, this is meant for comfort and off-roading. It's not meant for anything else really. The good things I like about this bike are the adjustable screen. That is excellent. Like when you want to get a bit of wind in your face off-road, put it all the way down. When you want to go on the A-roads or motorway, bring it up. Especially on a long distance, you don't want to be getting wind blast for 3 or 4 hours. It can be a bit annoying, and as you can tell, it's very windy. Fuel economy is quite good, could be better. It's not what it says in the Motorrad brochure though. It's not 200 and something miles per gallon or per tank. The range is not 200 miles, it's more like 150, and you know, it's not 200 plus miles on a tank, sorry. It's not per gallon. The tank range is about 150 realistically on this Rallye one. Bear in mind it's not got it's got the smaller tank because it's not the Adventure. But even still, I don't even believe the Adventure would do 200 miles per gallon after riding this one. This bike's very nimble, and because of the size, when you first get it, like I found that I was a little bit hesitant in some of the sharper corners. You really don't have to be. Like literally, this handle's so smooth and so light when you're moving. It's such a big and heavy bike. It's amazing. Like before this, I had an F800 GT, and I've got a Kawasaki Z650, so I'm used to really smaller bikes. And this was just whoa when I first got it, and now I don't think I'd ever go without one. Like, I watched loads of reviews, the Missenden Flyer, and that kind of thing, and I wasn't really sold on the bike when I test drove it. But then after reading loads of reviews and what it can do, I decided, no, you know what, why not? I need a proper bike for going up and down the country and all this stuff. So I went for it, and you know what? It cost me 16,400, I think, including all the optional extras like panniers and the tank bag and all that, and the sat nav. And you know what? I wouldn't. It's the best bike I've ever had. I'm not gonna lie. And the low seat option is really nice. Like, the taller one I just wasn't really comfortable on. It was a bit too, like, I like my feet to be able to touch the floor, and for me, like, there you go, when you go to indicate and when you hit that bloody wheel, you see that a lot today. Like for example, like going around these corners, right, it's quite, not tight, but it's a right roundabout. I've got two massive 40 litre panniers on. I've got a backpack on and I'm not that bothered. I feel planted with this bike. I went off-road with this the other day.